Not one.
Wendy, it's getting late for you, ain't it? What time is it for you, Wendy? I need a. I feel like I need a lens cloth. I got schmutz on my glasses, and I don't. I don't have a lens cloth up here. Do I? No. Let me go get a rag real quick. 'Oh damn! It's 10:30. I would be asleep already. I'm normally sleep like by 9 o'clock, 9:30. I'm already in bed. I'm done. $2,200. Well, might just play around with this hand a little bit. Maybe like an hour or so. I had something to eat and then played some video games for a minute. Almost fell asleep on the couch. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Might as well get up and do something. Um, I might write like an R&B song about getting married. I might do that. I think that'd be a good idea. Um, he's the first one out of our generation who's married. Well, who's getting married? My sister and none of my other cousins are married. Like he's the first one, which I find crazy. Our family isn't really big on marriage. No, we got a couple married couples, but not many. Not many. So I never finished listening to that thing from earlier either. Um, I might try to finish listening to that, but I think I'm gonna grab me a soda. I want something fizzy to drink. Damn, I should have got everything together before I came up here. Got a soft drink. Delicious.
Two things that I love, dancing and dogs, and I made them into a successful business.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
Used you by giving you these statuses. Black is white, white is black. Nothing to do with your skin complexion. Skin complexion is not black. This skin complexion is not white. At a pale skin complexion, you got different shades of the color brown as your skin complexion. You want to holler, you black, and then letting other people tell you, you black. At the nerve to come to me like you know something. Out your mind. You still learning. This wasn't for views. This wasn't for money. I did this because I was nosy and intrigued by what the hell happened here. And I said every bit of my research I'm going to put out. Made millions of people learn.
Let's see if we can get a little bit done
Mad
real
at
quick.
the messenger.
Just want to do a little
That
bit.
anger at the wrong person or at the wrong thing. You should have been mad because of the message I was giving was the truth. That should have allowed you to do better.
Oh, excuse me.
To be right and exact, you got to be right and exact. Shot this, y'all. Post this everywhere. TikTok, post it. See that. So as well as our people was working in the field, so were they. Simultaneously. Look, the reason why you weren't taught that part, because they want to keep themselves at the top. That's an illusion of inclusion. They always try to down you, okay? Because they make it fun of you. They say, all right, we'll go back to Africa then. You know, when you claim that our people suffer from slavery. You got that slave mentality. We owed a whole bunch of stuff, you know. Just saying. I don't disagree with you on the fact that we are owed a bunch of stuff. You got to stop crying to your enemy for it.
Mm.
You can't just like, bro, like real talk. It's just like your enemy walking up on you, getting rid of your whole family, and then when it come to you, you beg for mercy. The enemy going to lift that slide. You done got rid of your whole family and come to you and then you going to your enemy for a handout. Because they owe. They gave everybody else. Look, bro, hold on, let me show you something. Look real quick, bro. Real quick. Some settlements. Slavery, Jim Crow, land theft, convict leasing, $2. 65 to present. Ayos, billions. You see this? Whatever it was. That stuff that was going to the so-called Native Americans was supposed to be going to us. You don't know that because you so indoctrinated with well, I'm from Africa. Then the Africans come up and tell you, no, you're not. captured from Africa and brought to America. You giving these people too much credit. You know names, no nothing. Then they told you one of the name of the boats were names of the boats was Jesus. They was rubbing it in your face, making fun of you. That's a slap in the face. Falling for us, still to this very day, 2025. Wake up. Who told you the part of Africa that they captured you from? They never told you the tribe, none of that. Never told you how they communicated, through language. Yeah. Just all of a sudden, went to some part of West Africa, millions, put them on boats, and then took them to a whole nother landmass I'm familiar with, which was America, right? But them folks too much credit. What was the army? What war took place? Man, bro. Be a prisoner is going to be a prisoner of war. What war took place for that to happen? Dang, they were stealing them Africans out of the jails in Africa. Is that documented?
You will never see this collection again after this drop. This is it, Valentine's Day. This pink, I grabbed it so fast. This is Comfort's new love collection. Have this embroidered heart, and then the back, just like.
Yeah. With 61 documented wars, America won. All about the War of 1812 and War and World War I, World War II, 61 documented wars. Guess who they was fighting? You can tell who they was fighting because look who they hired armies to go fight other people. Both sides now, even the Civil War. Or make me get on that Civil War. Made you believe that Confederate flag? The KKK's flag. And when I showed y'all KK's flag was the American flag, he posted that video. It's been a while. They never claimed that flag at all. Ancestors had that flag before anybody. Lives written on it. All throughout the South, yeah? You mean to tell me just because when the white folks was in the South and our ancestors and some of our ancestors helped them, they got good with some of the tribes, I ain't gonna name no names, and then all of a sudden they raising that flag up, and it's racist, it's a rebel flag, and nah, you better not be doing that. Don't touch that guy. They made y'all turn y'all nose up to that. And that was your flag. And it's to this land. That flag was existing before the American flag. It didn't start because of the Confederate States and when they started, no. He had confederations throughout America. Who do you think they got the Bill of Rights from? Think they came up with that on their own? Constitution. You think they came up with that on their own? They're the free home of the brave. Who do you think they? Come on, bro. They copied. Who copying? Mascots of football teams, basketball teams, baseball teams. And you think the government ain't do the same thing? They paying homage. And so what's the government doing? Y'all better stop playing. We're gonna learn today. is today's employment.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
Listen, these U.S. laws have many loopholes, and foreigners, including those who have citizenship right now, use these loopholes to their advantage to play the privilege game. The U.S. government has allowed this since its inception, of course, because it figured out a way to take care of its own people who were migrating from
Yo,
other
Jackson, how you
continents to North America Hold back on, look then. at that. Look at that. Let that sink in. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just read it. That was the survey done in 2022. Immigrants enjoy better Social Security returns than U.S. natives. You can look at that graphic to the right. Blue is illegal immigrants. Fair, they are the highest. Remember when people say, oh, y'all know, come on, y'all. Oh, it's white people that get more welfare than anybody else. You know why? Giving it to immigrants and illegal. Nothing new, y'all. It's just that some of y'all don't want to look at it. Say nothing new. You know that by now. Why do you think you can't get that loan from the bank? You can't get that house that's in that particular neighborhood. Red line your neighborhood. You automatically got bad credit. I went over redlining too. So, 2017, if I'm not mistaken. On purpose. They know where you live at and kept you in there. You think that's not a reservation reserved for you to stay there? Had another thing coming. Because certain parts of that area may look like it's middle class, don't mean nothing demographically when it comes to what they doing. You ditching out the paperwork for the paper money too. This don't count, never did. They don't care how much you yell, scream, march. Well, it don't matter. Again, this government has never been for you. It never was built for you. Oh, we need to get more Niji in the Congress. And then what? We got a whole, call ourselves the Black Caucus for years, and name something that changed. And I showed y'all yesterday, Ayanna Pressley girl.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people.
Censoring the American people.
And advancing progress.
Advancing progress. The progress of who, young lady? At her stuff. She worked for the government. Oh, she a Democrat. Massachusetts 7th district. She know what she talking about. She in Congress. We need to listen to her. No, the hell we don't. It's censoring the American people.
One who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
Really? Then turn around and want to do what for reparations? Oh, you're going to learn today.
All right, good afternoon, and thank you, everyone, for braving the inclement weather as we gather to take an essential step forward in the long and ongoing fight for justice, accountability, and healing for Black America. Today, I'm deeply honored to reintroduce H.R. 40, historic legislation to establish to examine the lasting legacy of slavery to develop reparations proposals for descendants of enslaved Africans. It is an honor to inherit the privilege of carrying this forward
If they cry,
from Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
the Christian in the back, amen. Oh, the same old, bro. Oh, same old, bro. She wants to reintroduce HR 40, y'all. HR 40 ain't nothing but a study. What happened here in America? How many more times are you going to study? How many more times to reintroduce it? Come on, y'all. Seriously. You ain't tired of this shit yet? 1989 is when this came out, and then she's going to reintroduce
Thank you,
it.
everyone, for braving the inclement weather as we gather to take an essential step forward in the long and ongoing fight for justice, accountability, and healing for Black America. Today, I'm deeply honored to reintroduce HR 40, historic legislation to establish a federal commission to examine the lasting,
To examine,
to examine,
to do nothing else. Hear this shit no more. That chart say 0. So, reparations and restitution, slavery, means the government ain't gonna do it. Governments ain't gonna do it. Straight up. Republicans and Democrats are running with it because they just want to garner your vote. How many more times you gonna fall for the same old? It's the same woman that want to suppress correction, that want to censor. The same one. It want to cry slavery. For the enslaved, and she wrong. Enslaved African, but the enslaved African. Such a but when it comes to these white folks, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna tell them.
Let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious.
And neither are you. Couldn't be taken seriously. Meanwhile, why y'all think the Mexicans and all the rest of South America that's over here in America protesting? Not only are they holding up their country's flag, they holding up the American flag. Why y'all think this is going on? Talk. Why do y'all think that's happening? This was in Los Angeles, by the way. Multiple flags of people from South America. I hope I didn't say South Africa earlier because I meant to say South America. The flags, including the American flag. I think this is the case. You think none of this is politically driven? This was done by design? All of a sudden, they got a problem. Because Trump threatened mass deportations. And when Obama was president, he has the highest numbers. Everybody. I believe it was between 3 to 5 million. Even at 100,000 right now. Oh, wait, South America tripping? South Americans are tripping? The reason why they tripping is because, you know what? Government reneged on their deal. They are getting more than you are. It's the benefits from the government. Don't forget that the government provides them these benefits. And on top of that, some of their family members are being deported. Of course they upset. Like, wait a minute, that's not why we came here to America. Look, man, y'all say this is going to be a new world for us. Don't forget that they call this landmass the new world. We need to take to the streets. No, man, we love America. We want to live the American dream. Nobody defined the American dream. And I want y'all to think about that, man. What's the American dream for so-called Black Americans? What is it? Wonder why, you wonder where your tax dollars going and all the rest of this stuff, and Trump doing away with IRS. That's not for your benefit. That will be benefiting all of Americans, not just for you. They out there for a reason, getting a lot of assistance. They were sticking together, helping each other. Yes. But one year I told y'all that the Latinos were the new Negroes. The Americans' government eyes. I was out there working up under the table, building up beautiful homes. But for the white folks, you think the white folks wanted that to stop? Yeah. Now people not out there with them. No. All South Americans. Police couldn't do nothing. This protest went on until nighttime in LA. By the time it was over with, the police just shut their lights off, ain't arrested nobody, and went home. No arrests were made. The South Americans had a point. It's like anybody else that came over here, the Africans, the Europeans, anybody. But when they come over here, they're supposed to be receiving benefits from the government. Happening for eons, ever since the 1850s, 1853 to be exact. I repeat this again. Ain't receiving none of that. We'll be out in the streets right with them. This is supposed to be our opportunity to take advantage of this, to be honest with you, to put ourselves in a better position. But I'm jumping ahead. What were we at? Hold on. I forgot where we were at. We were right here. Yeah, we were right here. All right, here we go.
By one governing body. This is why you will find that both indigenous Americans and foreigners who migrated to America worked in the fields along with their children, because slavery back then is today's employment.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Listen, these U.S. laws have many loopholes, and foreigners, including those who have citizenship right now, use these loopholes to their advantage to play the privilege game. The U.S. government has allowed this since.
Another reason why I told you I'm gonna cut in. Another reason why this is the privilege game, why you see those people protesting, is because they are all white. They're supposed to receive a special privilege. Don't forget that. I proved status of white was the only status that the U.S. government recognized as the citizens of America, or citizens of the U.S., should I say. When they started excluding, certain other foreigners, they're like, wait a minute, now why y'all kicking us out and not everybody else? They have the right to be upset, their own right to be upset in that sense. Different right to be upset.
Just are we receiving? Everybody else don't got. All right. Wait. Inception, of course. Oh no, I've been telling you the solutions. Tell you the solutions. Every time I get on here, I tell you the solutions. Every single time.
Who's that?
That's the threesome that we ordered.
The threesome we ordered? Oh, flowers. I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here's the rest of your order.
Loopholes
I
to
even
their
tell you
advantage
here.
to play the privilege game. The U.S. government has allowed this.
You don't be
its
doing, y'all don't be
inception.
doing, see,
Of course,
that's another
because
thing.
they figured
Y'all don't be doing that to the white folks. Or not to me. When it comes to the white folks, they got all day long to explain their case. Oh, what's the solution? Y'all don't be doing that to the white folks. Oh, but you do it to me. He don't know nothing. Now, what's the solution then? Like you gonna do something if I tell you. What you gonna do? I tell you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what is the solution? You can't answer yourself, then what? What? Going over the issues, there is a solution right behind it. How to play the get along game. Not playing it with us. Charts, you can clearly see them. They don't care about you. They only care about their own people. So what's the problem? Problem is that we giving them our money, tax dollars, our talents need to be circulating between us, to be segregated. Problems started happening once we desegregated. Need to be segregated. Running us over. The foreigners still coming over here. They coming over here because the government helping them. Pointing the finger, laughing at us, ha ha. Just like Martin Luther King said, and he said the government basically said they ought to lift themselves by their own bootstraps. The time that we lift ourselves by our own bootstraps. Luther King. Martin Luther King. Very people telling a black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. That's what he said, verbatim. Decided to do that. Right there. Whole time we were dependent. Anything else? Ourselves. We beat on each other so bad that that's what the government was banking on. Okay? Was banking on that. Understand why your own ancestor that share the same skin complexion as you is your enemy. Get each other back. Could have been got this done a long time ago. There's nothing out here stopping us. And Trump will be the one to step out of the way. Be the one. That will probably be willing to work with us. Whatever we come up with and make happen, when it come to our own nation, right here, as national, we already got the freedom to assemble. I went over this. We can do anything that we want to do right here in our own land. For us to do it. It can't be just one leader. We did that before. Just one leader stepping up saying, all right, boom, come on, y'all follow me.
The enemy can easily take that person out using our own people, by the way. But everybody got to be leaders. I said, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself that question. What's the solution? Oh, unity, Dane. Not everybody going to be thinking the same. Not everybody going to be able to come together. It's 13% of our people to come together. Everybody else going to follow suit. And for years. I've been giving the solutions for years. Not hard. This is not impossible. I already know what's happening because I see pressure. I see the change. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. If you like it or not. But you still want to cling on to the African American and the black and okay. You're going to get left behind. You're going to be a citizen of this government. Fine, a national is still a citizen, but not under the jurisdiction thereof. Going here in this video, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. The Indians are a part of the 14th Amendment. This is the part where I was talking about, like when it comes to the slaves, how he didn't mention a particular race, and he's right by not mentioning a particular race. It's all people, and slave masters didn't have a particular race neither, or employers rather didn't have a particular race neither. It was our own people hiring our own people as well. It was our own people hiring foreigners as well. A slave trade, who were they trading with? It didn't happen. Not in that sense, where we were trading with someone else. The trade was commerce. Commerce, trade, working, employment, ink. The trade school to learn what? Ink. Not hard. They call English a trade language. The pidgin language. Called it a trade language. So Webster said, nah, the English language was made up of 26 different indigenous tongues found only here in America. No mix of German, no mix of no other language, just only languages here found in America. Pick up English. He's the first person to create the American Dictionary of the American language, or the American Dictionary of the English language. There we go. The American Dictionary of the English language. First one. Back to the video. Bill Webster. The immigrant. And he ain't had no reason to lie. Acted just as well as everybody else did when they got here. From where they from, when they got here. Real deep. But yesterday when I was talking about when I said that the Mexicans are indigenous to the Americas, it's like, no, they not. Still with the Spaniards. You right about that. They did mix with the Spaniards. Okay, the Europeans did mix indigenous tribes at landmass. That's true. Indigenous people are still there though. They're not all the way gone. You and I. It's like I'm telling you, you start visiting areas in South America, you ain't gonna be able to tell the difference when you look at us, and for when they open up their mouth and you hear a different tongue. Americas, y'all. Central and South. By an imaginary line. Right about sending them back home, which is 5 minutes away, right? What about these Europeans? We don't see no pictures, no video of those Europeans or them Asians being sent back. And we know they here illegally too. Indians also. I almost forgot about them. Again, yeah, they able to become your doctors, your lawyers, senators and congressmen and heirs and CEOs of this and that. And they're not only driving, the Uber car, they're not only coming to your house doing DoorDash, they're doing any and everything that they can because that's one of their main duties in order for them to get off that green card, they gotta work. Them are involved in the military as well. I also showed you in the video when they join the military, that allows their time to get off that green card be expedited. Have to wait for 5 to 7 years to get their dual citizenship, get their nationality ID. When somebody say, what's your nationality, you tell them American. I say, what's your nationality? American. When you visit other areas like I have, they're not gonna call you Black American. That part, not that nationality. The nationality is American. It's not a game. Gonna call you, oh, you American. As soon as you open up your mouth, oh, you American. Africans gonna state the same thing. You ain't my brother. Where you from? I'm from you from America. I can hear it. I always wanted to visit. See how I'm learning English right now. Out again. Y'all worried about everybody else. They ain't worried about you. Come over here to America, they getting theirs, and they doing exactly what they supposed to be doing, keeping you blind. That's why certain people out there call certain people out there tethers. We ain't gonna say no names. Y'all can say the names in the chat. Remember I told you that particular person has a point? There is certain points that I agree with, just like there is certain points that they agree with me. Comes to that note. Just out there trying to distract you from the truth about who you really are. For example, when they come up in my chat talking that BS, I know they tethers. That's the reason why they hide their face. That's why they won't pop up on the panel when I open up the panel. They gonna hide their voice. Sometimes they'll disguise their voice, so you can't tell. Okay? What's the brother's name that's the actress and he from London? I forgot his name. He a good actress. I like.
Didn't really know what I wanted out of life early on. Over the years, have really learned about what I want to pursue. Purdue Global has helped me with having the.
But he put on that English accent real good. Brother name. He even worked with Denzel Washington, an American Gangster. Excellent job.
Idris Elba.
Okay, yeah. Idris, yeah, that's his name. He does an excellent job in what's that one? The Western movie, y'all. They Leave the World Behind. It's not Leave the World Behind. I forgot the name of that movie that Jay-Z produced. I know what I'm talking about now, not The Wire. Yeah, The Harder They Fall. Thank you. The Harder They Fall. Excellent job. Very good job. He does a very good job. It's that accent on. You think, come on, think about that. That means that they're studying us. They have been. All the foreigners have been studying us and copying us. Think they didn't want to be a part, and shout out to Lord Jamal. Why you think they want to be a part of hip hop when they know they copy?
You know that came from here. And now, it started nowhere else. It was here. It had it. Before rappers were considered rappers. It was already rhyming and grooving to the beat years ago. Black and white pictures. Remember, Cab Calloway was kicking tail. You want me to go further back? Cab Calloway was going ham. You understand me? Sometimes he'll throw a little Spanish at you. So that you know, don't get it twisted. I can speak these languages. Some ladies was loving them. The Callaways out there, y'all know what time it is. And we've been doing that, man. The bebop before the boom bap. This ain't nothing new. Why you texting me? My dog's barking. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me make sure everything's straight. Oh. Hold on, my dog's barking. Somebody might be at the gate. Hold on. Pull them cameras up. God damn it. All right, hold on, it's bad time. hold on. I'm live. Let me play this video. No matter of fact, I'm gonna continue to play the video. Let me come right back. A way to take care of its own people who were migrating from other continents to North America. Hold it down for me, y'all. Hold it down. Doesn't this sound all too familiar? Here, let me refresh your memory.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. This is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
I've said before that this is part of the reason why they eliminated Martin Luther King Jr. He exposed the games being played.
That ain't part of it. That's the main reason right there. That motherfucker had too much pull. He already got some of the laws changed about voting rights and stuff like that. And now this motherfucker talking about, boy, we gotta get money now. We gotta get our check. We need this reparation money. And he had all the facts, like, yo, y'all gave all the poor white European peasants this and that. Land, education, mechanized farming. And then what the fuck we get? And he was like, no. We got to do something different. Next time we go to DC, we going to come with an agenda and some demands. And we got to get that check. And then, next thing you know, pop. Get him out of there. That nigger's causing too much ruckus. Get him out of there. Come on, Trump. Let us get into them Martin Luther King files too, bro. I want to know who helped set that shit up. Ain't nobody innocent. Nobody's innocent. Are we at an hour yet? Okay. 52 minutes. A little 52 minutes. Maybe something like that. About an hour. About an hour. Almost there, guys.
A long time ago. And
Right.
this situation continues.
About to try to wrap it up now.
Foreigners still receive various forms of assistance from the U.S. government, even if their status is illegal. This is why many people believe Donald Trump is focused on preventing these deceitful acts from occurring immediately. Now, I think that if this executive order eventually becomes lawful, millions of people who are residing in America right now are in trouble, and not just illegal immigrants. But anyway, let's continue. Among the categories of individuals born in the United States and not subject to the jurisdiction thereof, the privilege of United States citizenship does not automatically extend to persons born in the United States. One, when that person's mother was unlawfully present in the United States and the father was not a United States citizen or lawful permanent resident at the time of said person's birth. Or two, when that person's mother's presence in the United States at the time of said person's birth was lawful but temporary, and the father was not a United States citizen or lawful permanent resident at the time of said person's birth. Now, this means that people like Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and millions of others fall into the category of individuals who might be excluded from U.S. birthright citizenship. This situation has surprised many who consider themselves Americans, particularly in the light of the actions taken by the Trump administration. This group includes individuals living in the country illegally, such as those falsely identifying as Native Americans, as well as those who inadvertently refer to themselves as undocumented immigrants, including Black and African American individuals. Keep in mind that you are seeing reports of Native Americans being harassed, arrested, and threatened to be deported to Mexico for a couple of reasons. Number one, the terms African American, Black, and Native American are all politically driven social constructs that the government created under the guise of political correctness. These terms have not been officially recognized in law as a way to classify groups of United States citizens. Because if they were, then U.S. citizenship would have specific labels, distinguishing Africans as Africans, Americans as Americans, and Indians as Indians, among others. Now, this is different from the US Census, which focuses on enumerating the population of America rather than granting citizenship to those counted in the census. Okay? So just because you labeled yourself as Black on the census does not grant you US citizenship automatically. Notice how you still do not have the term Black as your classification of race on your original, not a recent copy, on your original birth certificate. Also, the label Indian was not used before the use of the term people of color by the census. However, the government did use the term Indian throughout multiple legislations dating back to the Continental Congress and the War Department times. I brought this up because it exposes how the term Native American was never legally determined to solely refer to the people known as American Indians. And to that point, the terms Black, African American, and Negro was never legally determined to refer to so-called people of color solely. This leaves these groups vulnerable to infiltration, allowing anyone, especially foreigners, to self-determine which group of people they would like to be associated with through transportation. My wife and I discussed this in detail in the video titled, Why the First Americans Were Not Native Americans. Millions of these people are immigrants from other continents who are either Siberian or some other Asian European descent. Some of these immigrants have gone through the process of becoming legal US citizens, while some are still illegally here in America. Still, both claim to be Black, African American, or Native American, for example, based on their skin complexions being colored, allowing them to blend in with us, or by way of society's understanding of these politically driven social constructs. Here, look, I'll play a few clips of the video I'm referring to so you can get a gist of what information you can expect to learn more about when you go and watch it. The term Native American was later used by the US Census to refer to a group of people that was originally called Indians by this government, allegedly, which means that there are now separate terms for a group of people that were once all referred to as Indians. Listen closely. According to the 1828 Webster's English Language Dictionary, the term Indian is defined as a general name of any native of the Indies, as in East Indian or West Indian. It is particularly applied to any native of the American continent. And in the same English Language Dictionary of 1828, it defines the noun American as a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here.
All right, guys, we got a little bit more done. Oh, shit. So the first detailed layer of the skin tone is all done. So we got her face and a little bit of her chest you can see there, and her hands. I'll have that first detail layer. And yo, Omizu, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll jump in, and I guess we'll start working on her flannel a little bit since everything else is wet, and we'll take it from there. See, I can get some shit done if I don't be talking and running my mouth so much. I can paint. Look, I ain't even finished my damn drink. All right, guys. What time is it now? 6:30. I think that's pretty good. We did exactly an hour, so I ain't mad at that. I appreciate everybody chilling with me in this second evening stream of the day. And just like always, I'll catch you guys bright and early in the morning. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.